penny. I'm in my kitchen, it's very echoey. I've got the potatoes on the boil for the roast, so they're going to parboil. And you know what? Now's as good a time as any to do some yoga. So, please find yourself comfortably seated on your yoga mat. If sitting cross-legged because you don't have the flexibility in your hips and this area isn't for you, then look. You could just have your feet out in front. You can have your legs out in front. There is one thing that hasn't changed throughout the whole of this movement, and that's my spine and that's my back. Let me show you. It's still upright. It's a nice healthy spine. That's really important, right? It's really important, obviously, from a health perspective, but equally it's important from an energy flow perspective. Your spine is an incredible piece of equipment within your body, and I think sometimes it is just so overlooked until you get older and you start to stoop. Because as you know, you walk up and down and everything is very straight, but what maybe you don't know is that your spine loves to wave. Like that. Not like that. But it has a little bit of a softness at the top, you know, from where you'd have your back bends would arrive from here. And the bottom of your back is where the stability is at. Okay. I think it's really, really nice as well, before you start any yoga practice, to get drawn into your breath. So let's have a moment. Let's have our palms in our laps. Let's sit up tall in our spine. Let's allow our shoulders to mellow away from our ears. Let me listen to the potatoes boiling to make sure that they don't overboil, as I'm making roast tatties. So I've got to be careful that they don't overboil. I'm just waiting for them to boil, and then I'm going to get them about 5 minutes boiling. Okay. If you've been looking at a computer screen, or you just hold a lot of tension in your head as well, you may well want to just tilt your head down so your chin comes in the direction of your chest. So there's a lot to do even before we start doing any breath or movement work. You can see that, right? There's no rush. Once you roll out the mat, once it's yoga time, there's no rush. Life takes an entirely different pace. It slows down. I just want you to notice your breath as it flows through your body. Don't change it, don't alter it, don't do anything to your breath, just notice it. Just notice the flow of your breath through your body. I think my potatoes are parboiling, stay with that. I'm just going to have a check and then put my timer on for 5 minutes. No, not yet. Back with you again. So just stay where you are, and I'm going to have a little bit of a chit chat with you, because your mind may be wandering right now, because you may not have the stillness that you have in your mind as you have in your body. In fact, you may not be able to sit still either. So when you take an inhale, I want you to say that word inhale quietly in your mind. Go inhale. And as you exhale, say exhale. Silently in your mind. Don't say it out loud like I just did. It was just me being silly. Inhale, I'm saying out loud, don't. Exhale. Okay, I can hear the water boiling. You stay where you are, just focusing on your breath. I'm going to put the timer on. 10 now. Gas down a bit. Okay, I'm with you again. This is me just getting you to be so much more present within your body just by noticing the flow of your breath. We don't have to do any kind of breath work that might be a little bit weird or a little bit odd. You know, we can just simply notice our breath and become more present through this. So that's what we're going to do until the timer ticks. We're just going to notice our breath. And if the mind wanders off into the past to think about what's going to happen tonight or tomorrow, or the mind wanders back in the future, If the mind wanders in the future about what you're going to do, if the mind wanders back into the past, then we're just going to say the words inhale and exhale, and we're going to bring ourselves back to the present moment. Being present in yourself is just a beautiful place to be. It's where your most creative moments will appear and arrive. It's where you're going to carve out the beauty that's within you and around you. Being present is where it's at. Being present is the beauty of life. Being in the now, being in the zone. I really find that just taking these moments to be present also, as a woman nearing her 50s and life is pretty hectic, and sometimes I find myself being very stressed about life, a little bit angry with life, not anything in particular, just a bit like, I find this really helps me to just be at peace and to really be reminded of how grateful I am for everything around me. That's for me in particular, my partner and my children and my dogs, and the fact that I live in a lovely house in a beautiful town out in the countryside, and I'm fortunate enough to go for walks every day within it. So maybe have a moment, be grateful. Be grateful for everything you have in your life. There will be things, no matter how small, that you are grateful for. And just like that, 5 minutes is up. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm just about to get those potatoes off the boil and put the chicken in the oven. Stay tuned. See you later.